Yeah, it's been a long week.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, I wouldn't say, like, it's not mind-numbingly boring. Like,
No.
the movies, it's entertaining enough to watch without feeling like, oh, God.
You don't feel like you just...
But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's not terribly entertaining either.
No.
So if you're, like, a little bit tired and sitting in a theater and just kind of... Because there were points where I sort of, like, drifted off a little bit, too.
Right.
It was just okay.
Yeah, I mean...
that's better than I thought it was going to be, but it was just okay.
Right, yeah. I mean, it
has
potential.
Which is, I mean, that's better than I expected.
But there were several moments. I mean, there were some things they might have even added afterward just to try and flesh out the jokes. Like, you couldn't, all the off-screen fart jokes might not have even originally been there.
Yeah. Although, again, the trailers, even the jokes that from the trailers in the movie, they work better in the movie, honestly. Like, the dog, I liked that dog.
That dog was pretty good. I wish they'd done more with the dog.
He was actually a fun character. So a lot of those jokes from the trailer were much less stupid, but the trailer made it look like it was almost all fart jokes.
Yeah, and
they don't start until those two.
They're really only in that like one part where they're digging the first tunnel. The groundhogs. Yeah. Groundhogs. Now I did think one of the weird things was in later on, like once it's clear that like Raccoon has betrayed people and all that. When he sicks his, like, mangy city rat minions, which, again, it's never explained how he got them.
No, he was not a good villain.
No, he wasn't. I almost feel like they had to cut the original villain out or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
It seemed weird, but...
I don't think it's a very well-written movie.
No,
so.
But the thing is, like, the rats, the bird... Raccoon, like, they all met pretty gruesome ends. The rats all got hit by traps. The bird got launched into a cat show. And, then Raccoon plummets to his death off a waterfall, very Gaston-like.
Yeah. Although Surly survived that, so...
Yeah, so... Oh, God. Please tell me there's not a sequel. Revenge of Raccoon.
They did the... Is he dead? No, he's not.
Nah, it's like... But once you saw him, it's like... He's not dead.
Although that part wasn't handled too poorly, either.
No, that was actually pretty good. His little mouse friend had a kind of heartwarming moment right then.
Yeah.
He didn't...
I'm going to be honest, I didn't even notice he didn't talk throughout the whole movie.
I had noticed it right away that he wasn't saying anything.
Really, I barely noticed.
But I never shut up, so I mean... that's just me. I notice when people don't talk.
So when they said at the end, it was sort of like, oh yeah, I can't remember him.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that he, for the first time in the entire movie, he actually says something. He only says 2 words, but they're nice.
Yeah, no, that worked fairly well.
Yeah.
And I was glad that Surly and Andy didn't end up together.
That would have been a little forced. Oh. Unless in that, like, brief time when I dozed off, something magical happened. That'd probably be the time I'd want to tune out the shoehorned in, like, musical romance number.
There was another thing that I noticed a little bit weird, is I thought the score was actually pretty decent.
It just kind of blended in with the movie. It didn't seem out of place, except for Gangnam Style.
Yeah, that obviously was pretty.
Yeah.
But I thought it was alright. I noticed that some of the music used actually did kind of work rather well.
Yeah. To be honest, I barely remember the music, which is kind of what I like in a movie, when it just kind of blends in with everything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no horrible pop songs.
Right. Or out-of-place dance numbers. Even the Gangnam Style one was relatively short.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they'd probably do a dance like they did if they just found all the nuts they could possibly eat. It was a good moment for them. It was a good day.
So yeah, I guess
was I the only one who thought that Raccoon's little, like, Robin henchman looked like an Angry Bird?
Yeah, he totally did. That was probably on purpose.
Probably. Again, pop culture reference.
It's hard to talk about it.
That's really all. We kind of just went over all the points of the movie, and if you got the idea that it really wasn't much, it's not. It's not terrible. It's just perfectly kind of banal and ordinary.
I mean, if there's something you need to take your kids to, and Frozen, you've already seen Frozen.
Just wait for the Lego movie. Comes out in a couple of weeks.
And the Lego movie's not out yet, or is sold out, then it's not a horrible way to waste.
They could read a book.
An hour and a half. So, I wouldn't recommend seeing it other than that. It's one of those things where it's not going to be something that ruins your day, but it's not
Go to your local video rental place and on like 80-cent movie day and just sit the kids down in front of it and take a nap.
Yeah. That's really... The children in the audience seem to enjoy it somewhat.
Those kids were trying to dance along to Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think there'd be anyone in the theater. And it was...
No, I didn't say I didn't think there wouldn't be anyone in the theater, because it is a Friday, but I assumed that there wouldn't be too many people in our movie. And it wasn't crowded. Like, there was a decent amount of people, but...
We had to sit on the side.
It wasn't, well, I always do.
That's true.
I always sit in the corner.
You do.
But, I mean, in like a Frozen on the first day that it was released, that would have been packed.
All those ankle biters.
Because we got in about the minute that the preview started, so it wasn't like we were early this time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about previews.
Of the ones we've talked about before, isn't the only new one that Oz one?
Yeah, we did get box trolls.
Well, we had that the last time, didn't we?
We had that during Frozen. We did not have that during Freebirds.
That's right. Box trolls. That looks cool.
I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. Have they revealed any of the story? I'm interested to know
It's not coming out until like September.
Oh, because I'm interested in why they wear those boxes. Unless
they're called the box trolls.
I know, but they were kind of being all like Solid Snake, sneaking past people in the box.
I'm so excited for that.
It's nice that the trailer's mostly about how they make the figures.
Yeah, well, it's still a teaser, and they actually have 2 teasers out, and both have suitably charmed me. I don't know. I think the only thing that could possibly screw that movie up is whether or not they make the box trolls themselves likable. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Because when you have, like, magical creatures that are good, it can occasionally be done very badly.
Troll in Central Park.
That could have benefited from a
box.
Cough.
That movie could have basically benefited from a box over my head.
But yeah, that's actually the exact movie I was thinking of. So yes, but I love Coraline and I love Paranorman.
She does.
I like the fact that it's set in a different time period than their films have been so far.
I guess it is, yeah. I didn't pick up on that, but thinking back, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Victorian times rather than...
Makes sense with the cardboard boxes.
So that looks nice. It does give it a sort of more Burton-y feel than their films.
I didn't get the Burton feel off of this one.
I still see, like, obviously their
to me, it looked more Paranorman-y. I thought Coraline had parts of it were very Burton-like.
Yeah.
But this one seemed more Paranorman, less Burton-y.
Yeah. Well, it is actually based on another young adult book, so called Here Be Monsters.
Young adults.
So, I'm super excited. Which could be a bad thing. I mean, if it winds up not being very good, I'm going to be so disappointed.
It's okay. It's okay. There's ice cream for that.
So the only other trailer was the Oz trailer, and I can't remember what exactly it's called.
Because the Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return.
Okay, which is a terrible title. That's an awful title.
Yeah. Seeing as they have so many books they could have taken names from.
Well, I've actually seen that movie as coming out in so-and-so year for the last 2 years. And it originally was called Dorothy of Oz, unless I'm thinking of something else. That's slightly easier to remember than Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return.
Yeah, and that actually Dorothy of Oz sounds more like one of the original book titles. So they have like Ozma of Oz and stuff.
But I'm pretty sure it's the same movie. And I saw it again when I was looking through the films, what animated films are going to be released in 2014 to get some idea of what I was going to see this year.
Yeah.
And of course, when I saw it, I thought, well, it's not going to be released. It's been on that list for the last 2 years, but it has a trailer now, so apparently it's coming out.
The animation does not look good.
It does not. It looks like it probably improved from when it was originally.
If you go to like the Redbox and you see those films, they've tried to kind of make them look a little bit more like the Disney films, like Kiara the Brave or Snow Queen. It looks that level of animation, like a made for Redbox 3D.
I'm not sure if it's that bad, but it's definitely like that. Like I'd say it's around the. It looks like it was made
like a TV show
when,
almost.
Like Happily Never After was made.
Yeah,
like it looks Happily Never After style of animation.
Very much so.
Or like Hoodwinked or something. Maybe a little more polished than Hoodwinked, but
no.
That's what it looks like. It looks like it's a very cheaply made animated movie.
Yeah. Also,
I like Oz.
Yeah, I like Oz, and I was like, oh great, the villain this time is the Jester. I'm even a Batman fan, and I'm like,
the trailer does not make it look too good.
No.
It looks.
And
it looks like it should have been.
I think what's her face from Glee is voicing Dorothy, and this almost seems to me like this is just a portal for her now that Glee is over. Leah Michelle.
It would seem like to me that it's kind of maybe sort of reaching for that celebrity voice, but not able to afford a real celebrity voice kind of thing.
And she is certainly not a real celebrity. That's just my personal opinion. It's the right opinion, but it's my personal one.
But yeah, it's not. It doesn't look that good.
No, I would much rather watch what was it, Return to Oz, the live action film. I saw her review. I liked that film growing up. I thought it was fun.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would rather watch that than any cartoon adaptation I've ever seen of Wizard of Oz.
And I don't know, I don't know what studio is making it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those third-party studios.
Yeah.
That was one thing I didn't mention. The Nut Shop had 5 studios behind it.
It did, didn't it?
Which, that's not important, but still.
Although, at some point, when you get that many cooks in the kitchen, the recipe suffers.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is that none of them I really heard of. So.
Right.
I mean, a couple of them sort of looked familiar, but...
Yeah. The other thing, as I actually know a few things about the Oz thing, I've read a book or two, and I like that whole world. It seemed like a lot of it was dumbed down for kids. Like, what are they shooting at the flying monkeys? Gumballs, for no apparent reason. That wasn't an Oz thing.
I'm sure it'll suck.
Yeah, like, it's definitely an Oz that's been sanitized for kids who... Some of them probably haven't ever seen even it's not the original even, but the famous Judy Garland one. Like, this is just, oh, I know there's a scarecrow and a lion.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could easily, a good animated Oz film could easily be done, because there's so much material you could work with.
Well, yeah, just don't get James Franco to have any part of it, and then you're good.
I think that was really the only one. At least the only animated one. I mean, we got the Muppets trailer.
I'm going to see that.
Awesome.
And again, even though it's the same trailer, the Lego Movie continues to look amazing.
I think the Peabody and Sherman trailer was slightly different.
It was. There was a little bit more. Now, okay, when they first started with him dancing or Zumbaing or whatever it was, I thought, oh God, but they recovered nicely from it.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I doubt it'll be like, you know.
Oh, one other thing. I didn't realize the first time we saw the Lego trailer was that the bad guy is voiced by Will Ferrell. I hope it's another, like, he's very Megamind-esque. I still
love it. I'm sure it'll be funny.
I loved Megamind.
So did I.
It's a good one.
But that's it.
In recap, you know, movies that could be good, movies that'll probably suck, and then one movie with squirrels and raccoons that was